Hi there, I'm Krystyne Cheever, and welcome to the All Friends Cabaret. It's the show that connects you. Well, have you ever thought about what it was like to pack your bags and head out to Hollywood to find fame and fortune in acting or movies? Well, think about if you pack your bags all the way from Ireland to do that very thing. And our guest tonight is going to tell us all about her career in going to Hollywood. Roxanne Silvas, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming on. So you are originally from Dublin?
Yes.
Okay, and you started at a very young age performing?
I did indeed.
Okay, what did you do?
I was 8.
Okay, and what did you do?
Well, I was actually quite shy, so I guess my folks thought it would be a good idea to enroll me in acting and dancing, so that's what I did. I started off as a stage school kid. And yeah, it just kind of took off from there.
Yeah, and did you feel like, okay, I like this, I've got the bit of the...
Yeah, especially in dance, I instantly knew that being on stage was kind of where it felt most comfortable.
Right, so at that young age, were you doing the practices and the recitals?
Yeah,
and
every single Tuesday we would do practicing, and then I think once or twice a year we had a big show, so that was kind of where you got to show off everything that you learned during the year. So it was great, you know, it's great for any kid to enroll in a stage school and kind of develop their talents.
Right, and how did you overcome the shyness? Did the dance do that for you? What was
I think it was a bit of both, drama and dance, you know, just kind of slowly coming out of my shell, and yeah.
And then you really enjoyed it. So then you go through to high school. And
yeah,
then
that's
what was
where
the next step?
I mean, obviously in high school you're with your peers and you get to really kind of come out of your shell a bit more. So yeah, as soon as I started doing the school plays, that was really when I was like, oh, maybe I could be an actress.
Okay.
So,
and over in Dublin, I'm sure you saw the same, like all the Hollywood movies and...
Yeah, I think it was when I was 16 in art class when I found myself drawing pictures of Rita Hayworth and Lauren Bacall that I kind of knew it was a little bit more of a fascination with old Hollywood.
Okay.
I just kind of knew it was like in my blood.
Right,
that
right.
One day I would be out there and kind of pursuing it.
Because how much of the movies is in Ireland? Not.
Well, we used to get all the movies, you know, so I grew up watching Annie, The Sound of Music.
Right.
My Fair Lady, all the musicals,
all
you know.
those classics.
Yeah.
And then, but in terms of production or work out there, there's not as much.
Well, I guess we were kind of lucky, me and my little sister, the stage school we were in, because we appeared on numerous Irish productions on television with Brendan Grace, who I know a lot of Bostonians would know, because he does a lot of shows over here. So we appeared in a lot of shows with him. A lot of Christmas specials, singing, dancing, the lot. So we got really lucky. Every kind of couple of weeks we were taken out of school and we were doing stuff.
Oh, that's really cool. And then at the age of 22, you opened your own performing arts school.
I did.
Now, how did you land in that? How did you do that?
It was quite random. My dad said, meet me for a coffee one day in a hotel, and I met him and he handed me a set of keys and he said, I've just bought this old singing school. So he brought me around, and it was quite derelict. It was like just thousands of feet of derelict buildings. So I basically just started off with one student. I built it up to about 400 in a matter of months.
Oh, wow.
And we created, the Hollywood Academy, and that ran for about 6 years.
Oh, really?
And it was there that I was able to produce and write and direct the shows.
So not only do you do the performing,
Yeah.
you've been able to kind of venture out into the other creative
Yeah,
pieces.
it's one of those things where you're in a situation where you're given an opportunity, and suddenly I was like, oh, maybe I can write and direct too. So it was always kind of presented to me in a way that I was able to try it. And then once I tried it, I realized that I could do it.
Right, and you did original pieces in that school?
Yeah, there was. I did 3 productions.
Oh,
so
wow.
we did the whole casting with the kids, and they were quite big productions actually. Like I remember one show I flew a big backdrop from London over, which cost me like $1,000, but I don't think my dad knew about that.
Yes.
But yeah, it was just a magical time, and just being in that position to be the teacher and the kind of artistic director.
Right.
Because I was one of those kids when I was little, so to watch them develop and grow their skills, it was just really amazing.
And I'm sure to see that how much of a following of kids that wanted to do it. Right?
Yeah, and I didn't really, my eyes weren't really open to that until I had my own school, you know, because wherever you grow up, you always hear girls saying, I want to be an actress or a singer, but when you're put in that position where you actually see how many kids want to do it, it was probably the most satisfying job I've ever had.
Right.
Just
right.
just allowing those kids just to be there and to just live in this dream world and kind of be able to dream of one day being like Jennifer Lopez or
right.
being like Britney Spears. But I also made it important to teach them that it takes hard work. They didn't just get there.
Right.
So
right.
I made sure.
Now, so how many years did you do the school? Was it?
It was almost 6.
Okay, 6 years.
Yeah.
And then when did you make that shift to say, I'm going to pack my bags and I'm going to LA?
I had a choice either to buy an apartment in Dublin or to go to America and explore, and I just knew that I wanted to explore and see what else was out there, and so I packed my bags and arrived in Los Angeles.
All right, so because I'm always when I first met you, I'm like, what is that like to just pack bags? Because I lived and worked in the New York City area, which is quite different, and I think you lived there as well. We'll cover that. But what is it like to just, pack your bags, say, I'm going to go?
Well,
did you have friends out there?
Yeah, I did. I would love to sugarcoat it and say it was everything I had imagined and more. It was, but I should probably write a book at this stage. I think my head was quite in the clouds. I was 26, a little younger, and although a lot of girls would head out younger than that, but to me, I think it was just, it was a bit of a shocker, an eye-opener.
Right. Right. And what was the most shocking for you? That did the jobs?
Well, I think that you need a lot of money to move there. You need to have a bit of money in the bank. You know, you're going to have to get your own apartment, your own car. But I think once you kind of meet the right people, and I think you see it in the movies. The girl goes to LA and she meets the wrong people, and all sorts can go wrong. So there was a bit of that, but there also was a lot of lessons learned, and it was also amazing as well. My first job was with Jerry Bruckheimer, which was like...
Right. Okay. So what did you do for him? His production company?
I basically did everything. I was running around the office.
Now, how did you meet? Did you meet someone in his office? Did you meet him? What was the...
No.
To obtain that job?
Believe it or not, I had been emailing this lady in a recruitment agency for about 6 years while I was in Dublin, and she kept saying, you got to come to LA. I can't get you a job in LA if you don't come here. So I finally arrived, and she called me in, and she said, Jerry Bruckheimer's looking for a receptionist. They've hired 7, and they can't find one that they're going to keep. So I arrived, and the lady who hired me just basically said, you're the one, and next Monday I actually bought her a box of chocolates to say thank you, but she had quit. So it was kind of one of those instances where right place, right time, and I got hired, and I guess she really liked me, and so I was there for a year.
Oh, that's nice. And you just were in there doing anything?
I mean, answering phones, making a lot of coffee, running around, printing scripts, reading a lot of scripts, meeting the most amazing people possible, every A-lister in Hollywood.
Right, and so when they come in, is it for meetings with him? Is it to go over productions that are already set? It must be everything.
Well, meetings with Jerry also, meetings with Jerry's people, like, head of development and television and film. So there was a lot of departments, and I just felt so blessed every single day just to be there. So.
Oh, I'm sure. Because that's an actor's dream, right? Say, oh my gosh, I get to meet this person. But
I think at the time I was more focused on being like Jerry. It wasn't so much the acting was coming to my mind. It was more, how can I develop a screenplay? How can I be like Jerry and develop this big TV show that will one day get picked up?
Right, because he's done, tell
CSI is just, I mean, everything he does touches to gold.
Right,
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right. And when you were working there, were things years in development before they're produced, or how does it all depends?
Yeah, like every week or so there would be a new writer coming in, so they're always looking for a new show to pick up or develop, or a new writer to take on board, or new scripts, and it's just another world, and I just feel really blessed that I was a part of it.
So you worked there, but then also were you getting out there and doing auditions and that sort of thing?
Yeah, kind of, and also a bit of partying too,
Having a good time.
Yeah, having a good time, So it was a bit of both. Yeah, it was a bit of both.
And so after that year, you did spend some time in New York.
Well, yeah, I kind of knew that if I was to stay at Bruckheimer's, I probably would have been an assistant, and I just kind of felt that next step wasn't really for me. I needed to get out there and kind of be more active and learn more. So yeah, I got a scholarship at the New York Film Academy.
All right, how did you go about doing that? Did you apply?
Or? I did apply, yeah, and they gave 12 scholarships a year, so I was lucky enough to get one of them.
Oh my gosh, did you have to audition for them?
You send them a film that you made, so I sent them a short that I made in Ireland. So
okay, and what was that experience? Because I've lived the New York experience, and
well,
that's fun.
I think I was more excited to go to New York than Los Angeles, because I mean, New York is like the city of dreams. Everything is just amazing there.
Right.
It was just incredible, the whole film school experience.
Right, and so tell us about your curriculum there and what was required. And
well, it was definitely a full-time gig. It was a Monday to Friday thing, and even on the weekends we had to shoot. Rain, sleet or snow, we had to be on set, and not only were you making your 10 films a year, but you were also making your classmates' 10 films a year. So,
okay.
So I think the most natural thing for me to do on set was to be a set designer, so that was kind of what I was good at. So yeah, but you learn all about the camera, the lighting, everything, and it's before.
What a great learning ground for you, you know.
Well, I think before I learned about film, I kind of always thought it was about the actor, and like I just arrive on set and it's about me, and everyone needs to cater to me. But when you go to film school, you really realize it's a collaborative effort on every level.
And it's a lot of time and, you know, on the set. And tell us about some of you've been a stand-in before, right?
I was stand-in, body double work.
Body double, okay. So tell me about that.
I was in Ireland recently doing a lot of writing, kind of taking a hiatus from Hollywood, and I got a call off Vikings, because they shoot Vikings with Travis Fimmel out there, and got a call, and I just did quite a bit of body double work there, so that was fun for the lead actress. You know, if there's a sexual scene that he didn't want to show a side boob or something like that, I just slip right on in there and do it. And
they don't, and then you get the credit, right, in the film. Oh, that's good, that's good. So did you go from New York back home, or did you go back to LA?
I went back to LA.
Okay.
Worked in another big company, and then just went home. I'm a dual citizen, so I kind of have it easy. I can go home whenever I want, and I'm a bit of a gypsy, so I do like to fly around and travel a bit. So.
No. So what do you think is the hardest part is it the networking in terms of trying to get your work seen, an agent? We talked about getting an agent when we first met, and it always seems like it's far out there, like you can't, it's unattainable, but tell us
it's
some
not
tips.
Really unattainable. I think if you're focused and you're working hard, like if you arrive in Los Angeles tomorrow and you want to party and be out with your girlfriends, and you're not learning your lines or your monologues and you're not prepared, like the last lady said on the interview before, preparation you know, equals success. When plus lucky